All right, we're going to start today's live streaming. I will wait for a few stragglers, if you will, to show up, and then we'll get going. All right, we're going to start today's live streaming. So I will wait, as I mentioned, a few moments. Let me pull out the chat room while I'm waiting and put it on the screen. We can see who's showing up. All right, chat room is open. Stream link started. All right, for you guys in my live trading room, the stream started, so you can come join me. Dano, if you would post a link around for me. Thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So, Tuesday, second day of the holiday week. Well, pre-holiday week, I should say. We're leading into the holiday. And we have a question to ask ourselves. And that's what we're going to look at. Are holiday reversals beginning? It's kind of an Oscarism phenomenon I've dubbed many moons ago called the holiday reversals. In ES, Nasdaq, Ross, are they beginning? We're going to have to go take a look at that and find out for ourselves. If you wouldn't mind, Dana, would you make sure that we're broadcasting? From what I understand, this software should be broadcasting on Twitter, Facebook, StockTwits, YouTube, and Instagram. Should be broadcasting live on all of them. All right, I see people are starting to watch the video. I'll wait a few more moments, and then we'll see what's going on out there. So being that this is live with Oscar as much as it is live with Oscar, we're going to live together for a few hours today, kids. Now, don't force me to start singing and break out my harmonica. Don't force me to do this on you guys, because it'll be like the best concert you ever heard. You'll never want to go home, and I wouldn't want to do that to the crowd, you know? You have to go home. Encore after encore, you'd be going crazy over it. Wings, are you going to come join us in the YouTube? Oh, you guys can't hear me speaking anymore. I took the camera away in the chat room. We will go over some charts, guys. Come join me in YouTube for my trading room. Where will this chat room fit best? Let me leave it there for now. I should be able to find it when I need it. All right, so now that I've got a few of my Omniacs tuning in, let's take a look at what's going on. E-mini S&P, and today, of course, is second day of what I like to call one of the weeks that we can expect a holiday reversal. Kind of an Oscarism, if you will. So what happens, some weird phenomenon, when we have a major holiday? So Arbor Day is not going to harbor, if you will, a reversal, right? Arbor Day won't do it. That's not going to happen. Your birthday, it's not going to create the reversal. But major holiday weekends, the religious holiday weekends, then you know, Christmas, this one, huge Easter, New Year's, Thanksgiving, sometimes the 4th of July, but that's more U.S. related than it is the rest of the world, when they're worldwide holidays. The week leading into what's going to be known as a 3-day weekend, when we're closed Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you're going to get a 3-day closing, and it's a major worldwide holiday, we expect some weird reversal to take place. Now, does it happen every holiday? Wouldn't that be nice to know it would, right? You'd only have to trade one more holiday and never trade again. But it does show up way more often than not. So let's go take a look at, is that going on now? Are holiday reversals beginning in the ES, Nasdaq, Russ 2000, the gamut, transportation average, you name it, the rest of them. We'll move this down. So we have had a very, very smart run. Nice green day, green day, green day, green day. Oh, Tuesday, holiday reversal week. Is this a holiday reversal starting? Interesting, right? It's an outside day, which is interesting, more so than just a regular day. So if we are going to start a reversal, one of the quickest ways to get there would be to put in, and let me just pull that holiday reversal sign back up, to put in an outside day. So what's an outside day? An outside day is when the high is higher on this day than the day before. We're going to pretend these are two daily bars. If the high is higher here than the day before's high, and the low is lower than the day before's low, which this is bigger than that, this is considered an outside day. Now, is it a reversal? That's a different story. This one right here looks like it's turning into a reversal, and I'll show you what that means. First, let's make it green because that's what we're looking at. If there were two real bars, right, these last 2 days. So we're going to fictitiously put them here. If your settlement is up here, a lot like this one is, and the next day you open, rally up, past the highs, come all the way down, past the lows, keep going, and put in a settlement below the day before's lows, that's an outside reversal day. This would be a reversal day. So right now it's an outside day. Is it an outside reversal day? We'll find out at the close. It's building into one right now because what I'm showing you right here is just a carbon copy of this. I just wanted to make it a little easier to see. It's these two bars right here. All right, so we'll grow it a little bit so we can see what's going on. If the settlement today at the close, 5 o'clock, is lower than this bar, that will be considered an outside reversal. So we're working on an outside reversal day right now, which would confirm a holiday reversal, OMNI S&P. Let's look around. Nasdaq, same messy chart we've been using for a while because it's got some good stuff that's happened recently. So, of course, we came out of the F flag, rally, 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 settled at the highs yesterday. But today rallied up, put a higher high in than the gamut over here, turned around and is now lower and near the lows. So are we reversing? Let's keep looking around. Holiday reversal. Is that starting in the Russell 2000? Sure is. Look at that. Look at that bar. So that looks like a holiday reversal for sure. But the interesting thing about the Russ is it's putting in some kind of a V bottom, or at least it's fighting into a V bottom here. So after the holiday, after we come back on Monday, by Tuesday, we should start heading right back up, make it a green bar. If this is a reversal taking place, we should start doing this right after we come back from the weekend and start heading back this way. If this is only a holiday weekend reversal taking place. But you do have some kind of a bottomish thing forming here. Let's hope that continues on. But this isn't about that. This video today, today's live session, is more about whether or not we are starting to have a holiday reversal, meaning the next 2 days could be down days and we need to be careful. So it looks like that's the case in Russell 2000, OMNI S&P, and Nasdaq. Let's look at the Dow Jones. All right, if you ask me, First red day in a while tells us that maybe, just maybe, we're getting a concert of holiday reversals taking place here. Now you have another red bar, which is not like the rest of the bars leading up to this holiday. See, the phenomenon of holiday reversals is real. It's happening today. And let's go look at this guy, because if you ask me, we've already found the leader. Look at this. I've contended over years and years and years that transportation average many times takes the lead and shows us what's coming next. Not always, can't be counted on every day, but in many cases it will. Well, this is the leader of our reversals, in my opinion, because yesterday put in a solid day where it was mostly red all day, large bar, and today right after the opening, it rallied a teeny bit and dumped. So the leader of holiday reversals, which are happening right now, is the Dow Jones Transportation Average. If we settle lower today, holiday reversals are abound, and we need to be either selling rallies or sidestepping. So I wanted to at least show that to you, and then we'll see what else is going to happen today. Let's see, any recovery? All right, so we're up a little bit from the lows in Nasdaq. Low is 13,184. We're trading at the 13,212. A little bit of recovery there. The really smart market today, there's two of them, is gold and silver. Look at this insanity. Now, you guys have been watching me build and show this pennant flag to you for days and days, right? I keep showing it to you. We're buying dips inside the flag if we can get a fill on days where OMNI sets us up in gold. Today, sadly, we did not have a setup I could have gotten us into, but this is what happened. Not bad, right? Analysis firing on all 8 cylinders. So there you are. Nice jump out of the pennant flag, as we would have expected. You only had one test of the bottom of that pennant flag, and on that very day it tested, it went all the way back up and closed the day at the end of the day, all the way up here on that bar. This was its settlement, all the way up here. So it tested when it came down that morning, but it went all the way back up, stayed inside the pennant flag, and of course today the pennant flag has been broken out of. And you can clearly see that with this bar. That's gold. Look at what silver did. Look at this interesting area in silver. Knocked on the door, just about knocked on the door. Knocked on the door again, each time denied. Right? Knock on the door, deny. Almost knock on the door, denied. Knocked on the door, big time denial. Well, guess who's knocking on the door again? Silver is. Very interesting area. You know, I have contended many times in our videos and our lessons together that you cannot knock on the door this often in our arena without the door opening. So we're only at the maybe 4th knock, but sometimes 4th or 5th is enough. And we'll give it another one. Maybe there's been 4 knocks here so far on this door, right? We'll throw this guy in and give it, I think we'll give it credit for a knock. It's pretty darn close, right? So we've got 4 knocks on this door. I think silver's going to open that door. If it has to pull back and it knocks again, it'll be the 5th knock, and by then, this door is going to open. So you silver bugs, here's your barrier. You get past that, the door is open. And what else were we looking at? Hubs. Look at hubs, huh? It is doing what we would hope, what we hoped it would do when we started saying it's now clearing hurdles and you can start to look to buy this thing. All right? It's doing what we hoped for. So far, so good. YouTube. Anything you guys want to speak about? Let's see. We've got JP says, Oscar, if you want to be innovative, I suggest you try being the first to simultaneously do a YouTube live in parallel to a Twitter space. Up to 10 people can speak at the same time. Interesting. JP, you want to help me set that up? I'll be more than happy to give it a whirl, brother. So here's what I will do for anyone out there that wants to help me grow this crowd, because sadly I've been putting out videos on, I don't know, almost nightly since 2006. No one knows I'm here. You know who knows I'm here? You guys that are watching, the little crowd, and me, and my 3 mastiffs. They know I'm here. Nobody knows I do this. I can help so many people out there. So, JP, if you want to help me do that and it expands my reach, I would love to do it. I will be the bear with the dancing symbols. Just show me where to set up so I can help people. Anyway, if you want to do that, JP, I'm here. All right, little recovery in the S&P, up 11, 12 points from its low, 12 and a quarter. So what else can we look at? Well, we do have Mr. Bitcoin. Look at Ethereum. Look at this. I am so glad that I held on to Bitcoin and Ethereum only. Look at how nice. Or I should say that I've been speaking about Bitcoin and Ethereum only for about as long as crypto's been around. Look at that. Bouncing again off the top of the bull channel, just staying firm, hit it, small drop, hits it, test the 200, hits it, test the 200, gets away from the 200, hits it, smaller drop, hits it. If it comes back, it'll be a smaller drop. Looks fantastic. So how do I put that header in its spot? Okay, here's what I need, Gritty, thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. So I'm getting suggestions. So a suggestion is just go live during the day, during the trading day with the header stock trading live. So many people creeping YouTube looking for you. Where do you put that header? I don't know. I need help. So here's what I need. I need to stay in my cocoon. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 offices on my property. I go from the office in my bedroom, where there are 2 of them, to the office downstairs, the office outside, into this main office, and I stay in my cocoon. You know why? It's really hard to stay on top of these markets and be good at these markets. And a lot of people who say they can do this, I can. I'm really good at analysis, but it requires I never stop. I don't have time to look up and try to promote myself, try to figure out how to get garner a better crowd. I don't have time for that, because if I did that, then what I produce wouldn't be as good. So for me to stay at the top of my game, I am stuck in some weird limbo for years and years of the crowd doesn't grow. I work 20 hours a day. I put out some of the best stuff you'll ever find, and the crowd doesn't grow. So I kind of need someone else to do it for me. I won't put my time towards trying to advertise myself. That's not what I need to do. You guys need me to stay focused and stay in my little cocoon and never leave it. You know what I mean? I need other people to help promote this. Oh, I'm just kind of stuck in hell. It's been this way for a long time now. Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. But if anyone knows how to get me out of this, I promise I'll take you with me. Give you a free OMNI, make you part of what I do. Anyway, however, I'll just keep fighting my own battles alone if you don't help me. I got dukes. So, all right, so you're telling me I can edit that and put livestock trading. Okay. I'm going to edit this video and put that there and see what happens. Save. I am taking your advice, sir. Thank you for your help. Now it says livestock trading. Anyway, Bitcoin, we changed that to 3.2, correct? Bull flag, just remember we talked about this yesterday and the day before. It's just going to hover around in that flag, but when it goes, you know, You can even do something silly like this if you're really a nut with flags. We've got a flag here. There's a little baby flag inside this flag. A little teeny baby flag inside the bigger flag. So let's see, I'll make it blue. Maybe we could spot it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's this guy building. Right, there's a little flag inside the big flag. You know, we'll take it. It's all bullish for now. This might not mean anything. It's just drawing little lines, and what do lines mean on a chart? It's supposed to mean nothing, right? They mean a lot, as you can tell. Oh, I don't need to verify it, Gritty. I just changed it for you already, baby. It's already done. I take your word for it, and I thank you for your help. Excuse me. So, after that, let's see, where else did I go? Oh, you want me to look at DE and CAT? Sure, I could do that. Someone else, Lori, natural gas, Lori 666. Lori 666. All right, let's look at natural gas first. Oh boy. There's nothing to say. $2, that's that. Here's what I've been telling people for the longest time. This is what natural gas is worth. That's it. It's worth $2. It's always, since we started shaling, it's worth $2. It should go there, and the government should just fix the price and leave it there. Because it's not like we can't find natural gas. There's an overabundance of it. We don't know where to store it when we start drilling and shelling for oil. It comes out almost as a gift, right? It's worth $2. They should just lock it there and keep that price there forever. Now, CAT. Let's go look at CAT for Dano in the chat room, in the trading room. So I'm taking the suggestions from the trading room, and of course we'll go over whatever you guys want to look at from the chat room. So you want to look at CAT. Jeez, what happened to you? Guess we're not selling a whole lot of equipment lately, are we? Why are we writing in red? How nasty is that? We're not selling a whole lot of equipment lately, are we? Bouncing off the 200 ball moving average, at least you got that, but I don't know. No. Oh, it's a weird color. It's one of these guys. Yeah. So as your 200 ball moving average, what would that be? A bear flag, right? What else could you call that? It's almost textbook. It's a bear flag of some sorts right there. All right, what else could be? You couldn't label that anything else. It jumps right out at you. So CAT does not look very good. I need to create short clips to promote on all short video platforms. Aaron, do you do that in some way? So again, I love the suggestions that people are giving me. I need the human to do it for me, or at least with me. What I need to be doing is I need to be told, Oscar, middle of the day, hey, you got to do this about now. Done. Go back into your cocoon or your routine. Oscar, you got to say this. You got to be here. You got to perform there. I can do all that. Just need someone to set the stuff up for me. I'll be there. You can count on me. I just need somebody to set up the infrastructure. Now, I am on every social networking you can think of. I have been on the internet since 1994, March 16th of 94. I've had a website presence since 94. I swear you could go look it up on the Wayback Machine. I have been putting out videos since YouTube started. I'm everywhere, but you know where I'm not? I'm nowhere. I'm everywhere and I'm nowhere. No one knows I do this. Oh, Cat got a downgrade a few days ago, huh? So I do have a great infrastructure. I just need somebody to go, all right, Oscar, I'll set this up for you. Let's get big. And I'll take you on the ride with me, as I mentioned. So up to you, Aaron, if you know how to do any of this. All right. So somebody just mentioned, yes, I have a video editor. Absolutely. Several of them, Lori. Thank you. So being that you're interested, I've been supplying trade recommendations and helping people since 1983, 84, ask anyone who knows me, through fax at first, and then when the internet first came out with the all that stuff I used to go through. The internet got a little bigger, my websites, I kept reaching people. And then this endeavor around 2006, when YouTube came out, I started doing the YouTube videos and showing people exactly how to get in and out of markets and doing the YouTube videos. That was never possible before. And I've been running this for many, many years now, 15 straight on just the YouTube in the trading room. But I'm starting to, I don't know, I'm starting to say to myself, you know what, Oscar, you're never going to make that wave happen. When are you going to hang this stuff up and stop working so hard? So I'm not saying I'm ready to quit, but I'm telling you, I've been working at this for too long without it going far. And at some point, I mean, you just can't work 20-hour days every day of your life to help people if the crowd doesn't grow enough to actually pay those bills that it cost you to help them with. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you guys got to help me pay the bills here. It's expensive running this thing. You guys kill me every month. In any event, whatever, I'm not asking you for money. Just make the crowd grow. Make it worth me working this hard. I don't care if they pay or not. Just make it grow. At least I know I'm helping more people. Anyway, if you could help in some way, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, you know, I mean, sometimes it just gets a little disheartening. What else can we look at? Let's go look at the board first. Anybody have any suggestions? Oh, DRI, you said, huh? Let me just take a look at what's going on out there. All right, a little bit of a... Listen, yesterday we had the same action. If you remember, you had Nasdaq hold back all day. And then the last hour and a half, it just boom, and made new highs. Anything's possible. Does not mean holiday reversals have to happen. It's a phenomenon. It's not a guarantee. But those charts we just looked at sure did look like the reversal was happening. We'll see where it goes. All right, so let's go back and look at that chart that you mentioned. Oh, I'll be at the money show. I don't know that I'm going to grab a booth. I've done that before, and I have to tell you, between all the work and the oh my God, and the expense and the nonsense and the unions, you don't get anything out of it anymore. People used to actually come up to your booth and talk to you and maybe want to do business. What you get now, the people that show up with 2 shopping bags. They want to fill it with free stuff and go. So I will attend, but I don't think I'm going to set up a booth there. I've done trial offers before, many times. Raccoon, you ever do anything on the internet where people are supposed to use their honor and put a credit card in? You ever run a service like that for people on the internet? There's a lot of circumvention that takes place, I promise you. They'll take the free, and then they'll take it again in some other way, and they'll make their grandmother join and take it free, and they'll make their Uncle Bob join and take it free, and they'll just take it free forever. What's on, Gary? You do edits and you're able to create short clips. We could have you live on TikTok, Instagram as well. Listen, I am more than willing to work with you, Aaron. If you've got something going on, well, it does not matter where you're from, of course, in this world, but where are you from? And you don't have to out much of yourself. Don't give too much information in a public forum. Oh, absolutely, positively. You're going to, okay. You're asking me this. Let's put this in the chat room for everyone to see, in this chat room in the screen. You're asking me, What are my thoughts on Nasdaq buying the dips? If you're asking me about today, we already traded Nasdaq today. We bought 13,250 area, 55. We jumped out at 13,340 area. No more trade. We did buy the dip in Nasdaq, but I'm expecting holiday reversals, so I don't like buying dips anymore today. Even if it goes up, I've got to be careful about the holiday. Overall, yeah, you should be buying dips in Nasdaq if you're looking at down the road. You're day trading, in and out, in today, out by the end of the day. If you're doing that, we're done buying dips for Nasdaq today. So can I look at ONON for you, Gary? Absolutely. ONON, huh? What does On Holdings hold on to? What do these guys have? Gold? You know what? I'll bet you this is in some way related to precious metals. What is ON? What is this? Oh, let me see. The chat room's missing. Let me bring it back. I'll get the DRI, buddy. Well, whatever this thing is amazing. Look at that run. I mean, it doesn't move a lot, but it sure has moved smartly. Well, that's had quite the move since gold started moving. Footwear, huh? Well, it's kind of running fast, buddy. Look at this thing. Now, for me, I wouldn't even bother analyzing this stock because anything that doesn't move under $10 a day, I'm not going to have us day trade. So a stock that it looks like a massive move, but it's $22 to $32, $33. It's $10. You know what I mean? Just looks big on the chart. I wouldn't even bother to analyze it and chart it unless it continued on. It had a nice big weekly run up. Wow, look at this week bar back. Look at this weekly bar back here on ONON, ONON. Look at that weekly bar right there. Damn. And then half of it recovered. Well, let's label this chart. ONS. Interesting, though. Now, one thing I will tell you about Wall Street algorithms, if you've ever hung out with me, you always see me break down algorithms and show you some simple stuff that they use in those algorithms. It doesn't get simpler than knowing that they're using this, does it? Look at that. Does it get any easier? And I'm realizing that they're keying off of that. Sold it underneath it, keyed right off of it when it got above it. Somebody noticed. So it's footwear. Dig it. I did see you say footwear earlier. And let's see, Jay. I didn't forget DRI. Here we go, Jay. For Jay, DRI. What do I think about that? Started at 40. Jesus. 160 easily. Well, okay, we're almost there. Forget it. I wasn't looking at prices on the right. I was just calculating what I saw on the left, which made me say 160, but that's already there. Where the hell else would it go? All right, I get you. I get this. Sorry, I'm just thinking a lot. I get that. I get this. Oh, I can figure it out. I'll figure it out right now. still coming up with the 163 spot. Every time I calculate this, I keep coming up with the 163, but we're almost there already. All right. I'm only getting 163 out of this, but I guarantee you I could do a much better calculation. Let me see what the weekly looks like. You can't get in my head to understand what I'm doing, but I'm calculating. It's the weekly. All right. Doesn't matter how I calculate it, I just keep coming up with the 163 area. It had an inverted head and shoulders, and it made its inverted head and shoulders projection already, right? You got this inverted head and shoulders here. There's something over here, some weird shoulder sort of thing happening here, with this guy being the head in the middle, upside down. And then you got the other shoulder here, and then it kind of made its projection already. All right, let's do it a different way. Let's just do a stupid, easy, simple long-term projection. Let's do one of these, which of course would be the simplest thing in the world. Let's just see where the channels take us. Or if there are channels here at all. Are we in a channel? All right, that's a channel. You ain't gonna deny that. Let's see where that takes us. Jesus, that takes us a lot higher. If this channel were real, nobody knows this stuff for sure. You draw lines on a chart, doesn't mean anything till they work. But if this channel were real, I was saying 163, which would be here. This shows us it's going to like 170. But I would say, based off my calculations, you're looking at 163 on this chart. I did calculations on the weekly and the daily, and I came up the same both times. So you got to think that DRI is a 163 stock coming. And we're still recovering, just like yesterday. Interesting. Silver at 25.15, just made a new high. Let's go back and look at that chart again. Oh yeah, it's starting to go. It is starting to go. So how's this guy doing? Copper goes into a reversal, huh? Look at that. Holiday reversal in copper. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That looks reversalish to me, kids. You know what? Let's go look at everything. Let's see if everything looks like it's reversing, because that, I'm giving it a check mark for reversal. If you ask me, that is correct. That's a reversal right there. Oh, the arrow went away. Come back, arrow. Come back to me. Thank you, sir. All right, so copper. PPAM, June palladium. Nothing, although I didn't expect to see anything in palladium anyway. April palladium, April platinum. Following gold, as you'd expect. That's platinum right there. You know what? Forget about reversals. I got something else I want to look at. Look at the bonds. We are getting interest rates to drop a little bit here. You realize that's what happens, right? When bonds go up, let me just put this label up here so I can move this chart around a little bit. When bonds go up, interest rates start to go down.
I turned on the heat inside.
It won't affect me here.
I'm just telling you because I don't. Did we ever put it on since he fixed it?
It works.
All right. Well, I put it on and oh my God.
I know. As long as it doesn't come on in the office, I'm good. I'll freeze instead. Even prettier. It's even prettier when you go like that. All right. So let's get rid of the flag look for a moment. There's flag. Flags work. They don't work. Is it real? I believe in them, but let's just remove that. We'll call the flag voodoo for a lot of people who think it is. We'll get that out of the way and we'll just look at the chart for itself. When bonds go up, and this is an absolute, there's no question about it. If you've got something that looks like this, just be quick about drawing it. And I promise that this is how this works. That's going to have to be made slightly smaller. All right. If you put bonds on one side of a teeter-totter, and interest rates on the other, what happens is if bonds go up, the futures, if they go up like this, on this side of the teeter-totter, interest rates go down. They have to. The Fed does not have to come out and say a word. Powell doesn't have to say a word. Inherently, if bond futures are going up, interest rates are coming down. So with that in mind, we've had some decent upside lately, right? From the low down here of 122, where we went as high as 133 so far. We're trading in the 133 area now. It's 10 full handles rally in bonds. That means interest rates are cooling off a little bit. Look at the 10-year notes. Same action in your 10-year notes. And that's ZNM on this machine, yes, ZNM. 10-year notes, very much the same. I'm glad to see that, but that's what you'd expect. Except for that the bond rally has been more powerful because on the bond rally, the 30-year, we're already at the top of this flag area, right? And for the 10-year, we're not at the top of the flag area yet. So the bonds were a little more powerful on this rally so far, but 10-year and bonds going up means our interest rates are abating a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll take that anytime we can get it. Now, for you Euro fans, you Euro cats, check this out. What was that, June, right? Look at your Euro starting to go. I'll give this flag its just due. We'll give it another color. We'll make you purple. Now, these are things we've been looking at in our live stream and in my videos and in, my live trading room. We've all been looking at this together, and I've been leaving these little drawings on the chart so that when we do the live streams, we can see what's happened next. And for anyone out there that does not believe in the power of technical analysis, as awkward as this may look to you, look what happens when you come out of something that supposedly is bullish. It is bullish. So there are a lot of people out there that think fundamentals are stronger than charts. There is nothing on this planet smarter, stronger, and more in tune with the market than the chart. How you read the chart, another story. You have to know how to read a chart. And I promise anyone watching, what I'm showing you here when I do these live streams and I do these very simple charts for you, I'm showing you the simplicity behind certain analysis and in an abstract view, how that analysis can help you. When I do my OMNI analysis, which I would never dare do on a live stream in front of you cats, it is way more intricate than this. What I'm showing you here, even though it's very effective, is basically my technical analysis 101 while I'm laying on my cot drinking milk and cookies in pre-kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you that level, but we can take this to a much grander level, just not here in an open forum. In any event, for the abstract view, I'll continue to show you charts of this nature. I would never dare show you my OMNI here. We do have people that come out and learn the OMNI from me, but only 3 or 4 people at a time and only a few times a year. And, you know, you have to fill out an OmniCamp application, all that good stuff. But it wouldn't be this what I'd be teaching you. You'd fall over if you found out what I do here. My goodness. You'd fall over. In any event, look at your euro. Looking smart coming out of that flag. If that's a flag, I mean, we'll just call it one because that's what we've left there. And the interesting, nice hold of the 50-ball moving average. Now, again, we're going to talk about algorithm for a moment. Let's get rid of this flag. I'll put it back when we're done. For whatever reason, this 50 it's the darling of Wall Street in the last month. I don't know why it changes and it moves to something else. But they have been using this, obviously, in their automatic algorithm type trading, because look at the way it works around this. If it doesn't get above, boom, right? Takes it right away from it. If it gets above, boom. So it's sort of like the point of change opinion, it appears. And just lately, sometimes it's way different than this. Right now, happens to be the 50-ball moving average. So keep that in mind. It's for whatever reason, Wall Street's been keying off of that more than other averages. And again, we don't really care about that. We're day trading, but it's nice to know what's going on out there either way. I don't remember exactly how I drew this flag, but I think it was that, right? Yes, it was that. Somewhere like this. I think that's what we had here. All right, so we'll leave that intact and see where it goes in the next few days. But with the euro doing that, you got everything else doing this. Dollar-related stuff enjoying what euro's doing, because look at what's happening to Mr. Dollar. And look at these symmetrical moves it makes. Stays in a channel here, and I can show you how that channel tightens up. You know what I'm saying? It also gets tight right here. Same sort of channel type action, just tightens up, but it runs in channel, channel, channel. Interesting, right? Boom, boom. It sort of maps itself out. For abstract view, of course, where the support resistance comes in. And, you can't claim that it's an accident when something like this happens. Let's change this red and go with down. Large is good. It's not an accident when you see something like this happen. This one tested, ran stops, closed inside the line. So this one actually held as well, even though it doesn't look like it at first glance. It's not possible that this happens by accident. You know that, right? If you look at how many times things bounce off these channels, if you will, it's really just geometry. I mean, the market works in geometric moves, and if you can figure out the geometry, you basically can figure out the area the market goes to next. And drawing these lines helps you figure out some of the geometry, I promise. Is there anything else that caught my attention while I was looking around last night? Not NVIDIA. Yeah, I guess NVIDIA did catch my attention. Just won't stop. NVIDIA just will not stop, huh? Even though it's having a little bit of a down day. What a nice looking run. You know what else? Netflix we brought into a buy zone last week, right? Let's look at that. And it's still in a buy zone. Of course, markets are having a holiday reversal, a little bit of one, so you're getting a little down day, but what a nice look. What a nice look to it, huh? And then there's one of my favorite stocks for the last few months. Oh, it's not that anymore. Is Mr. Meta. Look at how well this is performing. This is a massive stock with huge involvement. Massive bottom put in. Big V bottom. Nice, slow, rounded bottom. And slowly just working its way. And it'll just work its way higher and take over the metaverse, most likely. It will be the metaverse. I shouldn't say take it over. It will be the platform that everybody else who writes stuff for the metaverse writes on. So, there's a chat room here running that I haven't seen. Last words I seen was footwear. Guys, I got to pop this out. I didn't realize you were writing to me over here. I'll show you what I mean. So, there's this happening, right? You guys are writing to me, but there was this one sitting there, and no one's written in a while. How'd we jump to the other chat room? Or are there two of them running live on YouTube? If anyone's in a chat room right now on YouTube, would you type for me, please? In YouTube, if you're in a YouTube chat room, please type for me. Dano, that worked. So what's up with... All right, so the chat room somehow moved. And now you guys are typing here, but where are all these people that were typing to me? Now it's showing up in both. Interesting. Look at that. Now they're becoming carbon copies of one another. They weren't before. All right. Then I will get rid of this one. Easy enough, kids. Thank you. You are from YouTube, Suba? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm from planet Earth. How were you born on YouTube? This is the metaverse. You'll see. It's going to be amazing, fantastic. It's going to be one of the coolest things we've ever used, as long as you don't become a lunatic and spend your life in it. If you turn your life into a character on the metaverse, they got you. Use the metaverse basically like you should be using social networking for your benefit, to stay in touch, but at a distance. You don't let it run your life, you know? You want to look at now? You want to look at now, Mr. Dano? I can look at now. Now. So the rally out of the dead here created the golden cross, right? We came out of the dead, created the golden cross on the way up, gapped open higher. Gaps tend to get filled right away on this chart, almost the next day. Here we got an unfilled gap. Gaps tend to get filled very quickly here, buddy. Watch out for that gap to get filled. All right, so we'll do simple analysis on this. A couple of things happening at once. We have bigger outside lines, right? Simple, simple, simple. Everybody knows how to put those in place. You can't mess those up, right? And then you got your big outside line down here. So we see that it's closing in slowly into a wedge type look. Everything's happening above the 200 bar moving average. You got to like that. Some weirdness that happened here. Can't not like that. It looks good. You get past this hurdle and it looks good. So I will label this chart for you, but I think that's your hurdle right there. I don't see anything else in the way. And then you can challenge the double top up here eons later. You know what I mean? Well, I think that's your hurdle sitting right there at 484. There's nothing else that jumps out at me, gets in the way. The little channel on the way up has already been broken. You leaped out of it. Look, you had a little channel here, but you leaped out of it. All right, so that doesn't work. That's gone. Yep, once you get above that, yeah, let's label this for you. Interesting chart. Let's look at that on a weekly for a moment. All right, let's not look at that on the weekly. Nothing there but a big old ugly head and shoulders. Let's just turn that off for now. I like the daily better. Anything else going on here today? Let's go see what the recovery looks like. Ooh, it's slowed down. Recovery in slowdown mode. And it was a simple play, but you know, because I'm not on the floor, I used to be a sugar broker with a sugar badge, but because I'm not on the floor anymore, I kind of forget these plays, but a simple play every year coming into this holiday is sugar. Look at what sugar did coming into this holiday. It's been that way my whole life. I always forget. I used to do it in the pit, but I'm not in the pit anymore, so I forget it all the time. Look what sugar did for the Easter holiday. KRE Jack. Let's go take a look. So Jack says, "Babonf. Any thoughts on KRE?" I don't know. Let's go find out, kid. I don't know the stock, I'll tell you that much. It's a symbol I've not typed before. I don't know the stock. And that's coming up as KREF. We need KRE, you're saying, right? It's not going to come up that way. That's KREF, and that's not your stock. And boy, is that ugly. Don't be long that. Let's see if there's a way to do it myself. So if it'll let me just type KRE. Get rid of the F. All right, there it is. Yuck. Damn, that's ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. Being that it doesn't move all that much, because this entire move from the top of the chart to the bottom of the chart is only $20. Look, this whole move from here to here, I'm talking about $20. It's really not a lot, but it looks like a lot on the chart. So I would think, just looking at that, you're going to go here. It's going to project to here. That's your projection on that stock. This will go to 34. And what was I looking at? KRA. We'll leave that on the chart, see what happens next time we look. So we made, I'll just leave a little indication on the chart too, so make it easier for us. Here's where we were. All right, just lost all my good stuff. All right, Oscar, what's my favorite indicators aside from SMAs? Well, I'm not going to share that with you in the open pub, in an open forum. Come on now, I give out a lot, but I'm not giving out everything. Got to come out to OMNI to learn my system. What I will tell you is, if you go here, you can find out. Does it work? Didn't come up as a site, huh? Let's try that again. On the caps. Still didn't come up as a link, did it? Huh. That's interesting. It doesn't show up as a link. You have to put the entire link in? Is that what's going on here? Let's look. So if I got to put the whole link in. On the BOOTCAMP. Nope, this won't make a difference. It looks the same. Oh, you see the link? Oh, now it's a link. For me, it wasn't a link until now. Now it's an actual link. Before, it was just text. Fill that out. Daiquiri, you've been hanging around me forever, brother. You should come out to a camp. By the way, thank you for every day you leave a comment on my videos, Daiquiri. Thank you so much. That's Daiquiri Man here. Go Ethereum. Come on, baby, up 51 on a day where the stock market's going down. I think the banks are okay. Question is, how safe do you think banks are? Are we likely to see more bumps? Here's why. If the Fed thought that there was a contagion coming, they would have been lowering rates by now. There would have been massive movement by the Fed like that. That would have reacted immediately. So the fact that Powell came out and raised rates after checking into the banks, I don't think we have a worry at this moment in time. We would have already seen an internal reaction by now. You know what? The Fed insuring all deposits, that helps us, not the banks. That's directly telling the Fed, the banks, we'll back the people's money. You stay in business. And you know what I'm saying? That's okay. What if your money's there? What's the number 7512 on my tag? 7,512 broker in COMEX. So 7,000. I'll type it out. Oh, 200, 75, yeah, 7512. And I said 5th to 12th. Is it mine the 12th? Yeah, 12th. 12th, if you want to spell it that way. So, yes, that's and the Oscar was a good, smart call. On the floor, the letters were bigger on our badges than the numbers. So you look for each other's letters. And I searched the roster, and out of the 7,511 brokers before me, no one's badge started with an O. And I jumped all over it. Then after me, one other kid started OMED, but that was the only other O registered in the roster. And if someone's badge looks like yours and two brokers think they're trading with each other, but it's your badge versus his, money is going to be lost somewhere. So it was a smart thing going with Oscar on my badge. It worked out. Time check is 1:56. Bump, bump. Can you... Oh, you know what? Give me 2 minutes. I have to actually take this. Don't go away. Be right back. They're asking me if I could be available to take a conference call, but I can't do it while I'm streaming, right? So give me a few minutes to work this out. I missed all kinds of crazy stuff doing this stream. You know, there are days people won't bother me for 4 days in a row. I start a stream, 97 important things happen at once. All right. Anybody else? All right, let me go make this call. I'll be right back, kids. I just hung up. I just hung up and now I heard a sound. I hope it's not them writing to me. Can't reach him now, but we'll try to connect with you. Okay, I'm here when you need me. All right, so one guy couldn't connect, and I was sitting on hold forever, but it's wasting my time. Wasting my time. I can't waste my time in a day. All right, so let's see if I could figure something out. I want to calculate what just happened here. Let's see what just happened. Try it on the E-mini S&P. Where are we here? So where? In a weird way, if S&P does not go above 4137, it will go down to like 3997. Excuse me, 4097. We'll see what happens. So I will type that for you so you can understand what I just calculated. Oh boy. Hello. Yo. That wasn't the actual call. It was a different one. But remember, this is live with Oscar. Can't actually live unless I take some calls. So, now, you just asked me if I look at AMD. Let's go look at AMD. And I'm sure I've got this chart. I've looked at this many times in the past. Yeah, I figured there'd be stuff on it. Now, this is, God knows how old this message is. The last time I looked at this chart, who knows when. So we'll erase that for now and just say AMD, and then we'll take a look at it. So, what do we think about AMD? All right, so love the fact that it was able to get above this when it did, right? Let me grab a little tool here. AMD had lots of trouble. Let's remove some of the old stuff that's not in play anymore. Right, AMD had a lot of trouble here. Here. But then, bulls above. Well, all right, we can get rid of this thing. Done. Now, bull flag looking thing, right? More like a pennant almost type flag going on there. And inside of this orange channel, which I think is fantastic looking, the channel has narrowed actually. There's another one here now. All right, so we can call this an abstract channel. And make the purple one the channel for now. You've got a golden cross that just took place, and the day, 2 days after, it exploded. Consolidation, which I think is a flag-looking type of, let's see if we could do something with it. I don't, is it, I mean, you can almost, it's not diamond, but you can almost go there. You can almost go there, but you can't quite. Right? You can't quite call that a diamond because it kind of doesn't make sense when you do that, right? No more diamond there. So it's not a diamond, so I guess we continue this line. And we'll look at it like that. So it's some kind of this going on, if you ask me, whatever that might be. Looks bullish. With the golden cross, meaning that the 50 bar moving average is now above the 200 bar, or simply the lower averages or above the longer term averages. That's when you get a golden cross. And into a flag, you know, even if AMD comes down for the holiday reversal, I think it looks decent. My opinion of AMD. Do I analyze gold? Yes, Oliver. We look at gold all the time. I stood in the gold and silver pit for most of my life. Still looks very much as it did earlier today. This was a very, very nice flag. By the way, a lot like this one, right? Kind of like this one, right? Nothing's perfect. Nothing's going to be exactly symmetrical because it's a fine art, not a science. Back to gold. So gold broke out of that very smartly. Buying dips was the right move to make here. And look at the explosion. And because it broke out of this pennant flag, it should continue on for at least another couple of days. And because you asked me about gold, I'll show you silver as well. Silver is playing a little game I like to call knock, knock, knock. Boy, if you guys have been following me, you've seen me have some fun with this in the past, right? It works well if you call it at the right time. So silver's been knocking on a door, this blue door. Knock. 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 Big slap down. Get away from my neighborhood. Forget about my door. But came back. I think this time he opened the window and crawled in. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like it's getting through the door. So if it stays above that, you've got plateau to bounce from. Of course, if it fails again, I'm assuming the fifth knock is going to send it through the roof. Now, there's one thing about silver over gold. Gold is slightly accountable, when you think about things that are accountable, like S&P compared to gold. And then there's silver, which is only accountable on the days silver feel like being accountable. I promise you, I started my career in the silver pit in 1982 and basically stayed there until, I don't know, 2006, somewhere around there. I'll tell you about silver. It doesn't behave like anyone expects ever. It just will not do what you expect, and that's silver. Been this way forever. Now, 2 reasons why I can prove it to you. One, when I started, when I hit the trading floor, silver was basically trading at around 22, 21 when I was a kid, coming off the Hunt Brothers $50 price. And it was about this level price when I started as a kid. And I watched it go from here down to about $7 and back. Okay. Now, it's about the same price as it was when I started my career 41 years ago. It's a couple of bucks higher. Still the same spot. Now, when I first started, my mentor, Dominic Orciello, love him to death. God rest your soul, buddy. He taught me so much. I remember him looking down at me with his raspy voice and going, "Hey, kid, whenever you see silver stick its ugly head up, chop it off with a lawnmower." "What do you mean, boss?" He goes, "You'll see. Silver never goes anywhere. Silver's in the same price it was in when I started as a kid." He tells me he's in his 50s. "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, everything else is worth more. Silver's still in the same spot. It's going to be that way for you, too." All right, these are the 2 things. So if silver was about here when I started, not much more, let's go to gold. The price of gold when I started, see, we're trading right now. Let me grab a little tool. We're trading right now, the 2000 area. And you see in silver, I could just go like this and go, well, when I started my career 40 years ago, it was right about here. It's still there now. Well, when I started my career, gold was here at this price. Well, right over here. Gold is here right now, right? When I started my career, gold was this price. I'll show you. All right. Gold was about here. $270. All right. So where's gold gone since I got in the business at 270? It's gone to 2,000. Right? Almost 10 times itself. Where has silver gone since I got in the business? Absolutely nowhere. It's in the same place, just like he told me it would be. He promised me it would be 40 years ago, and he's correct. Copper. Hold on. Copper. Copper, May is probably the best month. When I started in copper, okay, copper right now is $3.97. And if we were on a silver chart, I can go, yeah, when I started my career, copper was right about here. It's a few bucks more. Couldn't say that about the gold chart, could about silver. Here's copper, trading at $3.97. I'm going to show you where copper was when I started. Here we go. When I started, copper was 65 cents, right here. Now, copper has gone from 65 cents all the way to where you see it now, which is $3.97, somewhere around there. Gold has gone from $270 to $2,000. Silver went from 21, 22 to 25, just like he promised. So he's right. I'm sorry to tell you, you silver bugs, don't get too happy. It's not going anywhere. Goes up a little, and it might have some fun while gold goes up. It will be the first to crack, and it will crack severely compared to gold. Just be careful, you silver bugs. Be careful. That's a whole 2 lifetimes of silver staying in the same place. So Exiles is asking me, do I really have nothing? Do I think there's nothing to worry about when it comes to inflation? And I'd say, I think we have a lot to worry about. At the same time, I think it's getting under control. Even though people don't recognize how much time has passed, for one, you find me a bear stock market that lasted more than a year and a half in our lifetime. Find one for me that lasted longer than a year and a half in our lifetime. In fact, we'll start off with that. Where's the chat room? Let's move it over. So I'm going to call this the lifetime I know, 41 years. And we'll go back 41 years. We'll have to use maybe a weekly for this. It'll take forever on a daily. Let's go to a weekly. Did it still give me my 41 years? It did not. So we'll call that back again, and we'll ask it for a long time. "42 years back, we're going to go, if it'll give me that much data." All right, we're in the 80s. We're in the 1980s. There was obviously a bear market here. April, June, July, August, May, July, about a year from what I could fit on the chart. We don't know how long it was, but that's what it seems. Let's go find another bear market. This one lasted for September through October. Only a couple of months. Bear market. Oh, 1987. Oh my God. I'll never forget that. It's when I became a broker. This was a really, really bad occasion. We won't relive that, but that went bad for me. Not by trading. Circumstances out of my control. It also made me a broker. And I went on my own and stayed on my own for the rest of my life. So, anyway. Bull, 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 bull. Oh, a bear market. Let's see how long this one lasted. Starts here. 2001. Ends. 2002, it's over. That's the lowest low. All right, here's a year. Another bear market. Let's call it right here at the highs. 2007. How long did that one last? Oh, look at that. Bottomed. Well, here, wait. We're in the end of 2007, right? So it's October, September, October already, 2007. That's the end of 2007. By 2009, it was gone. Almost 2 years, maximum. Year and a half. Okay. Now the little baby bear market. How long that one go for? Let's see. From 2015 to 2015. Nothing. COVID, right? This must be. Nope, it's not COVID yet. Another bear market went from October 18 to 12/18, December. End of bear market. COVID. How long did COVID last? Let's see. From first month, second month of 2020. And it ended in 2020. All right. You find me a bear market that lasted longer than a year. How long have we been in this bear market? Except for 2008, which, okay, that lasted a little more than a year. We've been in it since Jan. Oh, that's right. I did a video to call the high on Jan 4th. I promise you I did. You can go look at it. So since the high, all of 21, well, excuse me, all of 22, in 3 months at 23. We already have a year and 3 months. I say it ended here, and it's year anniversary. So, there are so many people out there calling for the end of the world. In my entire career, we just went over it. How many bear markets did you see last in a year and a half, 2 years? 0. So I don't care what they say out there. They don't know how to read charts. A lot of people tell me I'm wrong. I have gotten so much pushback on this bottom call. I kid you not. And I've got, if you look at this, let me see if I can just show you something. I'll be quick about it. Here. No, that's not the one I want. It's probably here. Yeah, let me just pull something out for you. If we go here and say bottom, on Feb 7th, I put out a video. It's titled, "This is how market bottoms are born." In this video, I basically depict that the lows are in. This is how market bottoms are born. And I show this to everybody. February this year, first week, second week of February, first week, the last 7th of February. All right, so we'll do that again. Did another one. Live webinar, calling bottom again. What's the date of this one? 2:15. This time I get extensive. This is 42 minutes worth of me showing where the bottom is. And I cannot tell you the amount of pushback I have gotten from this, from making this call. I've had people call me, lie, threaten me. I've had people write emails. I've had people tell me that I'm ruining my reputation. And guess what's happened since I called the low? Look. That was here. Called the low in February, so somewhere in this area. We have gone up since then. So, I don't know. Look at this chart. I don't see how this is bearish. I mean, look at it. Went up, pulled back, this low. If you guys are good analysts, you tell me something. We've got a low, and we've got a high. We've got a low, but much higher than the previous low. And we're working on another high. Now, being that we got to this high from this low, and we only pulled back this much, it's not going to be difficult from here to make a new high. I don't know. I see it that way. I don't care what people conjure up or what fundamentals they jam together. I'm looking at the chart. Chart tells me I'm right. And a little while ago, I mentioned that if S&P does not get above 4137, it's going to go make a new low based on watching the tickers and my calculation. Look what's happening now. Drop. It was 4131 when I mentioned that, or 4132. It got down to 4121 so far. My targets still remain the same. Suba. Question, Oscar. What's my year-end targets? Do they still remain the same? Absolutely. So I do see a lot of trouble unfolding too, but here's the thing, exiles. There's always something going on. My whole career, it's never ending. There's always a thing, right? It never stops coming at me. It's been my whole career. You know, from from the wall coming down, the collapse of the Russian Empire, the Cold War before that, the wars we've had in between, Desert Storm, not having oil, it went to $125 a barrel, all the stuff that has happened, there's always something. Every war that you've heard about in the last 40 years, all this stuff, all the politicians, Clinton trying to impeach him, what happened to Nixon, all this, what happened with when we had the Iran-Contra, there's always been something, right? It's always there, always. Trade centers, it never ends. This is just more stuff. It's always a thing. This is just more thing that's happening now. But you went back with me with that chart. For 41 years, it almost always goes up during all those things, as you will, if you will. So it's just another thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's going on here. We're just living life through other things that are huge. Wars, you name it, they are always here. Chernobyl melted down. There's always been things going on. Excuse me. Anyway, that's my take. It's been my take my whole career, because I remember as a kid, TV. Let's compare that to social networking today. The only difference between what happens in the world today and what used to happen when we were growing up, if you're anywhere near your 50s, is that all these crazy things happened, but there was nowhere to put it in your face. In other words, something happened in India, you didn't hear about it unless it was the biggest news in the world that finally made our papers or our newsreels, right? You didn't hear about every little person who gets mad. 50 people got together and got angry because some politician said this. You didn't hear it all. You didn't hear everything. Now, if there's a butterfly that flutters improperly and looks like maybe acid rain's hurting its wings in a backyard in someone's house, the whole world hears about it. So, I remember watching on TV as a kid, cops fire hosing people in the streets, kids getting shot on campuses, whites versus black, Latinos versus the Puerto Ricans. There was all kinds of stuff that used to go on. It still does now, but you didn't hear about it. You only heard about it when it happened to you. Now you hear about it in every single way you can think of. It comes in on your newsreels, on your Facebook, on your Twitter. Everything you look at, everything that happens gets broadcast to you. And then there's this other thing that every now and then the news catches on to one story and they all broadcast it together, so you get destroyed with the stuff going on. There was a time that if you didn't pick up the paper or listen to the news, you live like a free person. So my point is, all this stuff is still going on. It always was, just not as amplified in your face and ears as it is today. So, times haven't changed all that much. Just our technology has made it where you can listen in on everything now. You want to listen in on all the bad in the world? You can. You want to tune in to all the good in the world? You can do that too, but people don't seem to use the internet for that. Anyway, just my thought on this whole mess. Doesn't look any different to me, and I don't pay attention to every news story that comes out, only the important ones, so I don't get bombarded by this. I think the world's kind of the same as it ever was, just other stuff going on. When I was a kid, the ozone layer was disappearing. There was a big hole in it, and the world was going to come to an end because Russia was going to shoot nuclear weapons through the ozone layer and blow us all up. You know what I mean? We all lived through that. None of that happened either. FSLY. Now, that's a stock, or I should say not quite a stock, but that's something I've been looking at. God, how many years ago did I start looking at that? Let's see if I can even find an old chart of it. FSLY, you say, huh? I haven't looked at it in a while, but I remember for some reason I used to track this and see if there's anything on my chart. No, it's so old it could be before I lost my charts a few years ago. Look at the high there, 135. We're trading at 18-ish, 17-ish. Well, it's nice recovery from these nasty lows, huh? Nice long bottom too. I kind of like seeing that. Look at how long this bottom is. Look at how long it took to make this bottom. Let me make these a little darker. Right, it spent a lot of time making this bottom. Of course, now you can ignore this top line, but it spent a lot of time making this bottom before it started to take off. So, and it looked pretty good on the way up here too, doesn't it? Look at that. Let's just straighten this guy out a little bit. All right. So, of course, the outside of it is here, but the inside, where all the meat is right there. Looks pretty good to me. Nothing wrong with FSLY. Gotta like that. Got no problem with that stock. That ticker looks good to me. So you're looking at a double top in FSLY, huh? I wouldn't worry about a double top until here. You know what? Next time I'd worry about a double top would be this one. 58. Till then, don't worry about a double top. Well, that's what I was saying, James. I mean, there's always something. When's there not something going on? You know what I mean? You want a moment in time where the markets are going to be normal and still because nothing's going on. And the news isn't going to broadcast the good stuff going on because it doesn't sell. So you're going to get bombarded with the crap that's going on. You have to learn to shelve that stuff, you know? Now, I think what happens to a lot of people is they tend to use all the stuff going on when they do their analysis and they do their trading, and it doesn't matter what the chart says, they can't get their brain to get off of whatever it is that is happening in the world right now that seems bigger than the moment. And there's always something. So how do you filter that stuff out? This is how I filter it out. I watch tickers and charts and read the news on weekends. Don't really care what's going on during the week. Don't want to know. In fact, I got so blessed. Took my family on vacation. Never happens. Took my family on vacation to Hawaii. While we were there, SBV failed. SVB, Silicon Valley. SVB failed. Another bank in Europe failed. Huge, monstrous. The Fed had to say something. There was all kinds of craziness. The market went down. It went up. There was all kinds of news. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't open up my laptop. I stayed away purposely, kept it out of my mind. So on the way home, I make a decision. Should I walk in and buy the newspapers and catch up to what's going on? A lot of stuff happened while I was gone. Then do my analysis. And I thought to myself, why don't I just walk in and do this cold? Who cares what happened? I didn't live that stuff. I don't care. So I walk in to buy the newspapers anyway. And there are none left. And I went, Omen, got it. I'm not supposed to see the news. Got on the plane, flew home. Do you know every trade we did except for 1.5 have been winning trades since I got back? I did not even bother to look at what you guys went through. I just looked at the charts and went to work. And the OMNI trades have been killer since that day. What island? Maui. What a beautiful place. Kanapali. What a beautiful, 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 beautiful place. SE rounded bottom. SE, huh? Winter Traveler. SE. I don't know. Let's go look. I don't know the stock. Nothing I've ever typed before. And I would know. All right, from the bottom at 45 to the top is 87. How long did that take? Jesus. This doesn't move at all. I don't know. I wouldn't trade that. I'd lose my mind on that stock. Is that a rounded bottom? Well, kinda. Can't see if I could jam it in any tighter. I can't jam it in any tighter. That's all it'll fit on the screen. I mean, you see round there, right? I do. Let me see if I can find something that I can mess around with. Do you see round here? I mean, I don't know if I can make this thing big enough. It's not made for this, but let me see if I could stretch it big enough to make it look round. A little bit more stretching. Oh, I messed it up. Stay there. More stretching. It won't let me move it back once I stretch it. All right, I'm going to trick it. Don't mess with me. I'm going to trick you, pal. I'll keep growing the bottom of the chart until you leave me alone. That's just about there. Oh, got me again. Eventually, I'm going to make this thing grow to the spot I want it. Now it's a challenge. It's just about there. All right. That's what I was trying to show you. There's some kind of rounded bottom going on there for sure. And this is SE, right? Which I don't even know what it is. But I'm going to find out right now. What's SE? Without me having to research it, SeaWorld. SE is SeaWorld? Ah, interesting. I figured instead of me having to research, you guys would do my research for me. All right, I got it. I got this. C Limited. Is that right? Yes. C Limited. Tech conglomerate out of Singapore. Yeah, I'll show you. So, let's look at that chart again. You know, I'm going to put the lines on with my eyes. We're going to right about here, 115-ish. If this stays in the channel that I have in my eyes, I didn't draw it in, you'll get to 115-ish. Go bonds. Why is CMG? What's wrong with that stock? Why am I not getting a ticker? Now look at this guy, standing strong Meta. I should call him and tell him I called bottom on his stock the day it happened. James, you're not kidding. That's what I'm saying. I got in trouble for it from my friends. They were like, Oscar, you're going to ruin your reputation. Oscar, why are you calling like that? Oscar, what are you, blind? I was like, I don't know. I'm just reading the charts. Leave me alone. Don't hurt me. You know what I mean? What are you getting mad at me for? I'm just reading the charts. But, and it's still going up, right? Do I like snow? I like snowball fights, but I think snow is very nice looking stock. You know, let's think. Last time I looked at it, it was getting beat up, and then it started to recover a little. I haven't looked at it in a little while. All right, so it's still recovering a little. See what happened when I tried to load that stock? I got this loading instrument thing that's stuck. Won't go away. So, snow, huh? I like caps better. All right, so until Snow can show me that this isn't a Head and Shoulders, I'm a little bit worried about it. Unless this isn't a Head and Shoulders with an Oscarism known as a head test starting to take place. If that's not what this is, we'll consider getting a little more bullish. But if that's what this is, the head test will peter and down it'll go. It certainly hasn't really bottomed with the stock market. I mean, it made attempts to, but it's still figuring itself out, even though the stock market bottomed. Should have bottomed, we'll see. Nobody knows that for sure. So you do have this positive happening here, right? This guy's the 200 ball moving average. That's a positive. Right there. Nothing wrong with that. You're above it. So let's pretend that our eyes don't see this Head and Shoulders. And if you like this stock or are long this stock, I can give you something to sink your teeth into. I've been showing you chart after chart. Wherever we have something called that golden cross, the stock seems to go right afterwards. If you can get this guy, who's the 50, to come up here and sort of best the 200, the street will notice. You know what I mean? If you can get that to happen, the street will notice. So that's what you got to wait for next. And this one, just to label the stuff, is the 50. So that's the way I would kind of want to see this play out. Once you can see that, once you see that happen and you get a crossover, the street will pay attention. You know what I mean? It's just what you need, one of these. For now, at least you've got this going in the right direction above the 200, and we'll pretend that this doesn't exist. Because the realization is that it's not a Head and Shoulders till it proves itself. Otherwise, we just think it might be one. Till it proves out, you don't give it a label. So I'd rather remove these three and go with this, which is more common analysis, than worry that that's a Head and Shoulders for now. So that's the way we'll look at Snow. If that helps. You long 160 calls. Now I could look at that again. Let me go back to that, Jack. You long 160 calls there. You long the 160 call. I think you'll be happy with that, buddy. All right, so simple. I promise you these things are programmed into algorithms, whether people say they are or not. If they're programming the highs and lows of each day into an algorithm, which you have to do to get started, then this high is in there and this high is in there, right? I promise you the geometry is also in there, in their algorithm. So what you need to do is simple stuff. Let's keep it simple. The street will keep their eye on that spot because that's what happens with geometry in a market and highs and lows. So if you can get to here, you got to be a little careful at around there, and that will almost get you a golden cross. So a lot of good stuff in this chart, believe it or not. Anyway. Just my crazy way of looking at things. You got in on 144s last week. Good for you. Very nice, Jack. You're killing on that stock. I love success stories, Jack. You keep banging away on those options. Just gotta be careful not getting short options. It's a trap. And we are gonna go make those new lows in S&P, I think. Never did get past 37, so that indicates new lows today. I'm not sure that I can explain that to you, but it's happening, right? No, that's not here. What am I trying to click on? This, yes. Oh, I should have deleted all that stuff, but no. GFS. It's a young IPO stock, huh? Let's go look. GFS. I think I seen that in the Wall Street Journal either this week or last week. GFS. Rings a bell. Let's go find that. Double tops are brutal on this chart, huh? Jesus. Don't get caught in one of those. What's wrong with these people? I don't know why I can't get this to go away, guys. It's just in our face now. I could reset the program, but we'll just deal with it. So it gets through its double top a little, and then it just goes the other way. Right? So got through here and then just went the other way. Got through here and then went down in this portion. Got through here and then it went down. And here's where you are now. It was GPS, right? Let's take a look and make sure I label that correctly. GFS. I mean, you're getting respect right now in that stock. That was an interesting find. No, that was kind of cool finding that because I didn't know that until I pulled the chart. That was exciting if you're a chart nerd. Well, very nice, Jack. I'm glad you have those targets up. They usually work out. New low in Nasdaq. Just about ready in Russ. S&P is going to do a new low. So that's... See, when I watch a ticker, I was trained how to do this on the trading floor. If you watch the ticker and you keep everything in mind, you can gauge where it always should go next. If I knew for sure, I would have made all of us get short. Well, I look at XBI. It'll be the first time I've ever looked at it, whatever that is. Silver miner, huh? Dude, you're going to be broke. You stay in that category. Just kidding me. What are you looking at? XBI. What is XBI? I've never seen it before. I remember just about any ticker I've ever looked at, and this is not going to be one of them. XBI. I was right. I didn't look at it, but all right. So if you're a Bear Flag fan, you either short this stock or stay away because look at all the Bear Flags. Holy cow. It's like they're perfect. And Death Cross. You got a death cross starting. And I'll just draw one to be quick, but look at all the flags on here. I mean, really? Too bad we didn't know about this stock. It looks easy to trade. Let's let it make a bear flag and wait. Get rid of those extensions, please. All right. Let it make a bear flag and just wait. Look at that. Bear flag, dump to another bear flag, which is right inside here. And I don't know if you can see it as clearly as I can, but then dump to, guess this nasty bear flag. Yuck. All right, let's go find the bottoms down here. All right, so these are your bottoms. At least we know when you're going to make a new low. We'll label, if you get through here, you're going to make a new low. All right, so at least you know this would be a new low when it starts to go down. Yuck, buddy. So my opinion on this one is that's my opinion. And we can do that on two lines. That's what I would tell you. And it was XBI. I do lots of intermarket analysis. You have to. You have to. Me, I watch a ticker to answer this question. Do you analyze a chart different if it's a stock instead of an ETF? Wondering if you ever see patterns or trends in one group, more or less consistently than another. So I watch all these tickers for a reason. I expect these guys to be doing one thing when these guys are doing another, and I know that this group does something when that group does something, and when it's normalized, I see that, and when it's not, I see that, and I start to see what's going against things that used to be going the other way. Correlations. I spend my time watching correlations. I don't trade the correlations. I watch them so I know, I think I have a handle on what's going on. Which is why I was able to easily point out that the tranny was leading the parade on the turnaround, on the reversal, little things like that. I try to watch which markets are out in front or out behind, or which ones were giving us signals 3 weeks ago compared to ones that are just starting to give us signals now. So I kind of do a lot of intermarket analysis. There's a whole nother universe of, it's not just charting one market. I never just chart one market and jump in. I would never pull like one stock and see what it says and get in. Or I'd never pull an S&P chart and see what that says and trade. I'd never. You know what I mean? I pull in a whole bunch of stuff. And if I'm going to buy this, I should be watching for that. And I look at all those, and then I make a picture of what I think's what should come next based on the chart. But so in other words, I confirm. If I'm going to trade something, I confirm it with a lot of its brothers and sisters. Otherwise, it's a little scary to trade it. Okay. So we are looking at 3:07 Eastern PM. 3:30, 4. I'm counting time. So we got 1.5. All right, I'm going to give you another rotation. What did we just get down to, though? Wait, I can't do it until I see what we just got down to. In our chat room, someone asked about VLO. Oh, where's that chat room? Oh, for some reason it didn't show up over here. This is the chat room I'm looking at, but I actually see it on the chat room on the left, which is the same chat room. I'll look. It's where see where this webcam, see where that camera's being broadcast? Look. See behind me? Hey guys. I got that one. That's on a computer right next to me. It's the exact same trading room as the one we're in because it's the Vegas cam, right? So I'm in the room, Oscar, Vegas cam, we're in this room together. But I can see JB Hara 16 wrote what's happening to VLO, and it's not in here. Okay. The Russians are taking over. New high silver. Look at that, huh? The low was, thank you, Dan. I was just going to go look for it. So if the low was 19, what does that bring us to? Brings us to 4110. All right, brings us to 4110. I have 4111 actually, so we'll just say both. Now we can't go up and go higher than the area we were at before because that would just throw the rotation out the window and it wouldn't make sense anymore. But 4111, 4110 should happen if we don't go up back into that 37 area. Then from there, we could go down to 4097. Sorry, I'm looking at 57 markets at once. So we're just about making new highs in 10-year bonds. Love that. Just made a new high in silver, which means gold's probably going to do the same. Too bad crude's staying up, but it's only $3 above 77. That's not very scary. Soy meal. Let's go look at soy meal. What's been happening there lately? Yuck. That's ugly, huh? Holiday reversal. That's what's happening there. Let's get rid of that too. Nobody needs that. That, if you ask me, is another holiday reversal right there. So you've got, what can we use? This will work. You've got up, 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 and then as soon as the week starts, Monday, Tuesday, down, down. So I think that is holiday reversal. I think that's what we're seeing here, which means soybeans has it, right? Got a one-day bar. Don't know what that means for sure, but there's a one-day bar down there. And corn had. Yeah, corn reversed. Oh, I didn't put it somewhere. Yep, I think you got the same thing going on there. Little reversal. We'll just do HR. It won't matter in 2 days. All right, so some grains are certainly giving us holiday reversals, I would think. Oh boy, it's going quick. Like that Ethereum look. So JB Sahara, let's go see what's happening at VLO. I know you won't see this when I type it back, but I'll say let's look at VLO. It might show up in the room. Did that show up in the room? Well, it did, but I don't see it. Interesting. VLO. What kind of a bar is that? Yo. CEO must have sneezed on Monday. Valero? Is this Valero? Oh yeah, of course. Valero Energy. God, this has been around. I've been looking at this stock since, I think, the 90s. I think the 90s I've been looking at this since. It's been all over the map in its life. See? Look at that chart move around. It's been around forever. Let's see. What year is this? 2003. I've been looking at it since way longer than that. It just moves around like crazy. Valero Energy. Well, nasty holiday reversal took place here, huh? That's just ugly. Valero, but overall, it sure has been climbing lately, huh? Nothing I would trade. I don't like it. Too much movement in that stock. I mean, okay, if you want to try to, you can't really scalp stocks. People think they can, but you can't. Nah, I would just leave it alone unless you were long-term trading it. A weekly of VLO? A lot prettier. But I think if you put up just about any energy stock, unless it's shale, you will see a lot of the same. Guess you buy deep dips in this stock, huh? Until it breaks. Unless the price of oil somehow cascades. But yeah, I mean, look at, not much I can say there, but deep dips you can buy. What, you getting one now? Oh, look at that. Look at how that jumps right out of this. Check this out. Simple. I wasn't paying attention for a moment. Look at this. You want to know when to get long? All right, who needs VLO? Who wants advice on VLO? You look at something long enough. Water, check this out. Where would you buy VLO? Right here, look. Every time. Look at that. Go Wall Street. I love when they put things in their algorithm that is simple like this. Simple, right? Just buy this. Buy this when you get there and close your eyes. Simple enough on that chart. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better roadmap than that. And of course, if you get under it and stay under it for, what's this, a weekly? Daily. You stay under it for 4 days, and you got downside coming. If not, see, 3-4 days, it shouldn't stay under any longer than that. If it goes back above, you're good to go. Wow, easy chart. Simple trading on that guy. Love when you stumble upon stuff like that. Just now, we're going to do this just to keep this thing moving. What is this, VLO? Oh, let me just grab a better price. All right, got it. Cool. We'll leave that set. And that ticket that was giving us trouble earlier. It filled itself in. Meta stopped printing. What's that about? We'll leave an alert out there for us on VLO. NTR. I don't know if I know what that is. Nope, I don't know that stock. We're not friends. This bar is not real. I don't think this happened. I think that's probably a misprint bar. It could have happened, but I'll bet it's a misprint bar. Well, there's one hated stock, huh? Hold on a minute. Is this another one of those like 90s stocks? Did this guy come out in the 90s? I do remember it. Nutra something? Nutra Bevco? What did this come out as? Let me see how far back this will go. I do remember this, unless it had a different name. Let's see how far back it let me go. Oh, let me go back to 2018. Was Be a different stock I'm thinking of. Yeah, I guess it started in 2018. So it's not the stock I'm thinking of. I don't see anything that would make me like this company. Nothing at all. I don't see anything on that chart that would make me like this company. So I'll tell you without drawing a single line, I don't like it. Are they part of POT? I don't know if they're part of Potash. I don't know them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We don't blow up my system lately. It's been a little quirky. All right, we can change that look. That's not right. Little holiday reversal going on there for sure, but this is what's not right. This guy ended and something new began. I wonder how Elon works that out into such symmetrical moves. How does he do that? You can't say charts look terrible, because they don't. $330. New high, silver just keeps going. Silver. I'm with you, Denny, if you can hear me. Silver. Let's go look at the lining. It's getting better. That's starting to go. Well, that's starting to go. Crazy long extended F flag there, huh? Whatever happened to Monsanto? That was a big one back in the day. It probably got purchased by someone else. That was an old, Jesus, I remember that from when I had my office on Staten Island in Great Kills, that puts it in the 99 area. 97, 99. When I used to mess with that stock. Maybe a little earlier too, 94, 95. MOS. That's Monsanto. Let's go look. Dano, you said it was MOS, right? Yeah, let's look. God, I haven't looked at this stock in so many years. I haven't looked at this since I'm a kid. Let's see. I think the last time I messed with this stock, let me see if I can find it on the chart. Nope. Didn't go back far enough. I'm on this, man. Load up. Boy. We just had it. How could you say there's no data? We just had it. Gotcha. That's why it doesn't exist. Okay, so let's find something else to put up. So, it was bought out by Bear. So let's see, we can... I haven't looked at this guy in a little while, although it doesn't look great. I guess it's all right. It's past all these downward trend lines. That's why I stopped extending them. That's good. It's above the 200 Google. It's all right. Better than nothing. It's in a channel moving up. We'll take that. What is that? Crap, that's a flag. That's what that is. Not bad, Google. It's making a stand. $200 ball moving average sitting right there. It's all right. The street will pay attention. They will see that. I like it. Not terrible. Once again, somehow, once again, somehow, YouTube is allowing 2 chat rooms to be going at once. What is this? How could that be on the same video? These are you guys in both. How is that possible? That happened earlier, too. It's weird. KRUS raccoon? Let's go find out. On a weekly? Yeah. I would think that in some weird way, that's an F flag right there. Let's see if it fits. Kind of fits, right? With just one spot that went through. I think it fits. This is a weekly, huh? All right, I'll give that a yes. It's a weekly, isn't it? Yeah. I'd have to give that a yes. Feels like a Friday, even though it's not. Mm-hmm. 10 years of just hovering by those highs. I love that. This chart won't let me bring it up. The system doesn't let me bring up the DAX anymore. I don't know if they had an argument with them. I don't know what happened. Look, I can try everything. DAX. It used to be this, FDAXM23. This is how I used to be able to bring it up. But now we don't get it anymore. Let's just see the symbol lookup. You never know. You never know. It's not FDAX anymore. DAX doesn't show up at all. It just doesn't allow me to put it in there anymore. I don't know if they had some falling out. I don't know what happened, but we used to get DAX, and one day, many years ago, we were told no more DAX. So let's see if there's another way. Is there a symbol lookup that'll just look it up for me? Nope. They just won't let us have it anymore. Used to be one of my favorites to trade many years ago, but I haven't traded it in a long time. So I can't bring it up. I could try FTDX. No data. AI stock down 879. Is it AI, Denny? Yep, sure is. Yes, but Investors Business Daily would tell you in a split second that this is a cup and handle. We go for that crazy tool that we were working with before. I bet you that they would tell you that this is some kind of cup and handle. I think cups need to be bigger, like this big. You know what I mean? If this whole thing was considered the cup, I might be able to look at that. And that be a handle. It doesn't really fit so well, you know? It's a little weird. But this could be cup and handle right there. I know Investors Business Daily's probably already got that listed as a cup and handle. They still list anything as a cup and handle. Not to knock them. Great magazine. Read it every weekend. They like cups and handles. Big thing for them. On the daily, does it make sense? Well, the daily makes more sense. Big action, but that'd be a cup and handle right there. Some pretty big action. Jumped out of the handle and came back down to test it again. Pretty cool for the future. So it's QST OMNIAC, and it's something that I helped develop way back in the day. Helped beta test it until it turned out to be something that we all loved. So I still work with it today, many, many, many years later. I think we perfected it somewhere in 2000s, before the crash, before 2006. The feed comes directly from them because I don't use this for trading. If you look up here, this is in paper trading mode so that I don't switch it into trading mode. I use my dormant trading to put trades on. So I get the data directly from them, but of course they pull it from ICE and NYMEX and COMEX, well, no more COMEX, but they pull it from all the exchanges in Chicago, Manhattan, and all over the world and rebroadcast it at the same, you know, of course, in real time. I think everybody gets their data from about the same place these days. But this is a huge firm out of Chicago, right where all the action happens, right in the buildings, right where the exchanges are. So same thing with Dorman. I use people that are still part of the exchange. I think they have the best handle on all this stuff, more so than any newcomers to the block. All right, 15 minutes before we hit the 4 p.m. close. What will normally happen is an imbalance. There's always an imbalance during the day of purchases versus sales, options versus futures, and most funds don't like to be out of whack. Most banks don't like to be out of whack. So right before the close, if there's too many customers on their books that have purchased, they do some selling to hedge it. If there's too many shorts, they do some buying to hedge that. So in the next few minutes, we're going to start to see whether they need to sell it into new lows or push it into the 30s, but something here will happen. I will be back in about 2 minutes. Looks like the imbalance was to the downside, huh? So the day is just about over. Let's just take another quick look around. Definitely a reversal taking place there. At least acting different than it did the last few days. Alright, and then the opposite effect. Uh-oh, that was bad sound. This is gonna be bad. I knew that was coming. I knew that was going to be bad. It should be back up in a moment. What's back here? My other chart program. Well, what was that? It was a nice looking chart. What is that? Oh, it's the YM. It's YM as of yesterday. We're back. So I'm just rearranging my board back to the way it was before. Eight minutes until we get the 4 o'clock stock close. Probably won't stop the metals from going higher. Love the fact that bonds went up. You know, no reversal in bonds, right? We didn't see any reversal at all in bonds, if I remember right. Nope, nothing at all. But we did lose all the drawings that I did with you guys today. Everything's gone. Every stock we looked at, everything's gone. Remember all the stuff I had on here? See you later. It's all Gandhi. We lost all today's charts on that blue screen of death. It is what it is. I know how to redraw charts. I know. It's my life. this particular system does not have an autosave. So if I didn't save it, which I didn't, they're gone. For me, it's just more practice. I don't mind retrying them. More nerdy fun for me. So where did we start? 41.19. We're up to 41.26. It was all over the place, that imbalance. It was at here. It went down to 19, back up to here. Okay, 28. All right, they're buying them now. A lot of movement in the. Even though it doesn't seem like that was a lot of movement for the 15 minutes of imbalance. S&P I'm referring to. Moved a lot. Five more moments. Hello, Bitcoin. Did Euro stay solid into the close? Let's see. No more drawings on it, but yes, it looks solid. We had this all drawn up, Euro, bull flag, breakout. It's all gone. Seriously. It's all gone. It's a little weird. We could do a couple of things with this. We could actually stuff it into an F flag, but I don't want to do that. It looks more like a bull flag. Nothing. Is there anything left? Only stuff I had on the chart before we started the session. All right. Here's what it is. There's nothing left. So, push back, holiday. People are going to start leaving. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Trading desks are going to get thinner. It's going to get tricky starting tomorrow. Thank you, Neil. You know, I've got a wish list that I'll give you the link for in the room. For anybody who likes what happens here today, like I need a new one of these. I'll put it on my wish list. What else do I need? I need a new tag for my glove in case it falls off. I'm gonna put that on my wish list. You guys could send me gifts like that. Let me see. An empty can of Pepsi. This way I've got another empty can for my desk. Maybe you guys can send me that. I got a whole wish list planned. I'm just referring to a friend of mine I seen. He has a website, and on the website, it's the type of website where people donate, and then he had a wish list thing. Had a whole bunch of stuff on Amazon, stuff that he wanted. I was like, wow, does the world work this easily? Just kind of get gifts from people for sitting online? Damn, doesn't happen to me. Dano sends me gifts every now and then, and so does Sun King. Let me see, let me count. Dano, Sun King. All right. I've counted my list of friends that send me gifts from the website. So there are people that do what I do that make you pay by the minute for them to stay on a live station, a live channel like this. Is that true? Let's calculate by the minute. How long was I on for? How much you guys owe me today? What's that number again? It's like asking people to sign. It's like me being an athlete and some guy walking up with his little 10-year-old son and me charging him to sign. You know what I'm saying? Some of those jerks used to do that if they don't still do it. You know, am I going to charge you guys to hang out with me? It's unfair. But there are people that do that. I bet you I have more knowledge to share than they do, but they charge and I don't. What do we do about that? JC, what did you miss? Not much. We didn't look at anything today so far yet. We're considering looking at a chart later, but we haven't looked at anything yet today. Can I look at EEM? Well, there you go. Pay attention, JC. It's going to be our first chart today. EEM. I can do that. I think I can. Not my cup of tea. It's not my kind of... I would tell you to just stay away. Nothing. Look at this. Here's why. I'll just see if I can grab a little. I don't know, I'll need a million of them, but you have gaps everywhere. I mean, just everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Yuck. This is just a nasty looking chart. I wouldn't go anywhere near this. How do you count on anything that gaps around like that? How do you set a trading plan for the next day when it gaps so many times? And like another chart that we looked at earlier today, till you could show me that this isn't a head and shoulders, I don't like it at all. Now, I get you. It looks like it's breaking out and it's running up, but I wouldn't. Look at all this mess. I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't go near this chart. Look at this whole mess between the top and bottom of this head and shoulders. Let's see if I can pull these lines out a little bit. Hold on, let's try another one. Look at from here to here, right? The top and bottom of the head and shoulders, all this movement, all this nastiness. We're talking 37 to 42. Is it even worth $5 messing with this? I'm gonna stay away is my answer. All that work for $5 movement? Yuck. That's what I think about that stock, to be honest. Oh, it's a 3X, huh? Crazy. No wonder why it looks like that. Now I get it. Okay, so that was a 3X stock. That makes more sense. They kind of tend to all look like that. All right, so the market closed 2 minutes ago. A little bit late. Now let's go back and do something. There was a question. We started off with a look like this. You know what? It needs to be in a box. This is how we started off our session today. Are we seeing holiday reversals starting in OMNI, S&P, Nasdaq, Russell? So we decided we would watch it all day and take a look, and we started off with an up day, which has turned into a down day. So this looks like holiday reversal as far as I'm concerned. We'll just call it HR for now. I think you've got a holiday reversal here. I think if we look at Nasdaq, wow, all the artwork's gone. Boo. All that work we did today is Gandhi. This, if you ask me, is a holiday reversal, right? Because we were going up, 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 up. All of a sudden, you're getting into the holiday and you're getting red bars. So I'd say we have another one there. Nasdaq fits the mold. And we looked at the Russell, which is scary reversal. Sorry, I just have to relabel everything now, guys. And this is a daily. And what we have here is an absolute reversal. We'll call it a holiday reversal on this one. I think for sure we call this a holiday reversal. Look at this bar. Bam. So up, 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 and then boom, the holiday week starts and down we start to go. So I think you qualify there. The Dow, well, that beautiful artwork's gone there too, huh? I think we have a reversal taking place today as well. And this is your Dow Daily. And then this is the topper. Check this guy out. Transportation average. This guy looks terrible when it comes to a holiday reversal. It had a beautiful run up and then slam, holiday reversal starts. So I think we qualify that we're in a holiday reversal and we need to be careful tonight about buying. And that's what I got for you today, kids. I hope you appreciated the presentation. I hope I helped you in some way today. And we'll try to do this again tomorrow. Thank you for attending. My pleasure. Make sure you like the video. My pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you coming. We'll try to do this again tomorrow. I'll try to bring you into my daily routine. Because if I'm going to live here doing this every day, you might as well live with Oscar too. Thank you. Appreciate that, Exiles. All right, be cool, guys. Well, I'm here all the time, by the way. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but when I'm not streaming, I'm still streaming. I'm just not live in this chat room. I'm live in another one. I'll just pull it up for you real fast. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's gone. Yeah, I think my chat room may have closed. But anyway, let me just show you what's going on. You will find me here at all times. If you just want to hang out with me when I'm not streaming, you go to livewithoscar.com. You click Daily Chat. And you'll enter your password, which is a free password that you create. No credit cards are required. And you will be in a live trading room with me and all my other traders, as this one is live right now. So if you want to join me, just go to livewithoscar.com, come hang out with me and spend the rest of my day and night when we're not streaming, working through markets, looking at charts, and just living our lives trading. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, kids. I will see you tomorrow, unless you join my room tonight.